So choosing a space heater for your home can be difficult just because there's so many options out there. Hi, my name is Marlena, and today I'm going to talk to you about these two Honeywell space heaters. So both of these space heaters are 2 years old for me. I bought them around the same time. The reason why me and my husband decided to purchase some space heaters for our home was for a couple of reasons. One of them is that we had a few rooms in our house that seemed like no matter how much we cranked up our central heating system, those rooms were always just a few degrees cooler than the rest of our house. What we noticed is that our energy bill would start to increase. And so we bought the space heaters at that time to help get those rooms a little more comfortable. And what we found is that our energy bill has improved by using space heaters and not relying solely on our central heating system. But with these models, so this one is for a medium sized room and this one's for a large sized room. If you go on if you read the product descriptions, you can see what square footage they recommend for each space heater. But just so you kind of get an idea of where I place these. So I place this one into like my large kitchen area, and this one I place into like a medium sized bedroom. But there are similar features with these products as well as different features as well. So where they are similar is the control panel here at the top. You have your power buttons on the top. You can increase or decrease the temperature on each space heater by 1 degree intervals. Both of them go up to 85 degree. You have two heat settings. You have low and high heat settings or modes there that you could choose from. They both have oscillations as well as they both have a timer with them. So with that timer, you can set the timer to shut off your heaters automatically. They both have it set for 1 hour, 2 hours, 4 hours, and 8 hours. And also, too, a couple of safety features that these share is that they both have anti-tip shut-off feature. So I'm going to go ahead and turn both of them on. So if you have your space heaters running and then you knock them over, they both shut off automatically. I don't know if you could hear or see how quickly they shut off, but as soon as it detects any type of change in position, it shuts off automatically. The same thing is if you have them running and you were to pick both of them up. So if you're moving these throughout your room or in your house, just be aware that it will shut off automatically. And so you just have to turn them back on to get them going. But a big difference between the safety features of these two is that this one has a motion sensor shut off, where this one does not. So as you can see, I have one of my dogs here with me right now, but I also have two other dogs. So we have 3 dogs total. I really like this motion sensor feature on this space heater, because sometimes my dogs, when they're trying to lay by the warm heater, they might get a little too close. And so with that, I don't want them to get too hot or anything to burn up. Say also too, if you have a child, if somebody gets in front of this thing, or if an object accidentally gets slid in front of this space heater here, this has a shut off feature for that in case that happens. So I'm going to go ahead and just place my hand at the bottom. And what you'll see is that the light will start to flash at the base of the space heater. And what it will do is it'll shut off. So right now this one is off, and until that object is moved, it is going to stay off. So I'm going to go ahead and move my hand out of the way, and then the space heater immediately kicks back on. So I really like this added safety feature on this one. With this one, it does not have that motion sensor. So other things so these both share the overheating feature or the overheating shut off feature. So if they get overheated, they both shut off automatically as well. If you look at the back, so another difference between these two models, which to me is another big deal if you have, especially if you have pets. But this has a filter in the back that you can remove the cover for. And so with this, I really love having three dogs. I can take this off and wash it with a damp cloth, as well as I can go through with a vacuum cleaner and vacuum all the pet hair and dander and dust out of the filter. And then I can also go through and wipe the face here. With this one, this does not come off. So this is a solid piece. So this makes it a little more challenging to clean. I still go through with a washcloth, a damp cloth, and I wipe it, but this does not remove. So you can't clean the filter as easily. So the last thing that's different between these two models is that this one, the larger one, comes with a remote control. So this was not a real big make or break it for me. I still prefer this one just because of the extra safety feature with the motion sensor. but this one also does come with a remote control, so you can control this space heater from across the room. And it does have all the same buttons that you have across the top of the space heater. And the other thing I like is that there is a slot that keeps this thing, this remote control, where it needs to be. Because I don't know about you, if anything has a remote control, if there's nowhere specifically to put it on that product, I end up losing it somewhere in the house or get it mixed up with some other remote controls. I love that this has the little slot on the back that can help keep this thing where it needs to be, so it's easy to find. But both of them have the little handles here that makes it easy to carry throughout your house. So overall, when it comes down to what space heater you're looking for, you definitely want to consider what size space you're trying to heat, because that tells you what size space heater you need to get. So if you have small kids, small pets, or if you live in a small home, maybe with a lot of objects around, I do recommend getting a space heater that has that motion sensor in the front. I just think it's a nice little added safety feature to have, just to help keep your home and your family members protected, whether that be your kids or your pets. So overall, I do recommend this one more than this. However, they're both really good space heaters. They both carry some good standard functions, as well as they have good safety features that they both include. So I do recommend either one. So I hope you found this video helpful, and thank you so much for watching.